Hi, we're going to get started about 1:30. I just wanted to get on a little early to give everyone a chance to share and so forth on the other Tree Hub pages. Hey, Ellie. I'm just giving everyone a chance to share to the other Tree Hub pages and so forth before I get started. Hi, Lori. I'm just waiting for the clock to strike 1:30. Hi, Bree. Okay, it's 1:30. My name is Tamara, and I am part of the Tree Hub workforce team. I work out of the Sullivan County office located in Dewshore. And today I want to discuss something that has recently become very passionate to me, and that's financial management and problem solving. Um, if everyone wants to drop a quick emoji about how finances make them feel in the comments, I think that would be a funny way to start. Money problems can be frustrating, stressful, cause arguments, and even ruin relationships, which leads me to the debatable statement, money is the root of all evil. What is your opinion on all of this? Is money evil? Yes or no? And you can drop that in the comment. I like to try to be interactive. I personally believe that money is not the root of all evil, but I do believe that culturally we are not educated enough on money. It is not a subject that is discussed for many reasons. In fact, a recent article published in The Atlantic stated that 34% of cohabitating couples, one or both partners did not know the income of the other. And only 17% of parents planned or to discuss finances or budgeting with the kids. I don't think it is necessary that the kids know dollar for dollar what parents make. I do think that they are a good part of family meetings on budgeting and so forth, because all of us parents know, and especially as they get older, kids like money too. But researchers have found that people are more comfortable talking about marital problems, mental health, addiction, race, and politics than money. And one more statistic, and then we'll move on. Did you know that 48% of the adult population cannot handle a $400 emergency without selling belongings or borrowing money? I hope that some of these statistics will help motivate you to break through some of the financial taboos around money and start to deepen your relationship with your finances. So we need to start diving into the basic problem-solving process that can be used for much more than finances. One, identify the problem, make a plan, implement the plan, and evaluate the plan. So first we want to identify the problem. A money problem might be a lack of income or job loss, unexpected expenses, too much debt, overspending, and the list can go on. I plan to dive deeper into budgeting next week. Hopefully this workshop sets the groundwork. So as we begin to identify the problems, I want to work through some scenarios and tips. It's very important that if you are in a relationship or parenting that you call a family meeting. The family meeting can be hard and emotional, but it is very important that everyone is on the same page when it comes to finances. In fact, some financial experts say that it is absolutely necessary to be on the same page because a spender cannot outsave a saver. Problem one, you need more money. Look to change careers. Look for a side hustle. Sell everything you can. Who knows what a side hustle is, has heard that lingo? It's pretty common in some of the financial groups I'm on. And what are some side hustles that we can do in rural areas? Feel free to drop your ideas in the comments. If you're looking to change careers or are unemployed and seeking employment, TreeHab offices may be able to help through more in-depth workshops, our WIOA programs. I urge you to reach out via phone, email, or private message while we are staying at home with your local office will get back to you, and we'd love to connect remotely. You very well might make enough money, but find yourself shaking the piggy bank upside down at the end of the month. And at this point, I wanted to be able to shake a piggy bank, but I just realized we don't have a piggy bank anywhere in this house. We just throw our change in a jar. And so the following are some beginning steps to help deepen that financial relationship. Begin by tracking your expenses for a whole month. A true budget can't be made from estimating. It just doesn't work. I know this past December, I started revamping my own budget and just really couldn't do it because I wasn't such a budgeter before. And I was working with a close friend who could start right away, but I said to her, I just can't start until I track my expenses for a month. And so I believe that you really do have to track everything that's coming in and going out for at least a month before you can get started. Because like I said, estimating just doesn't work. You may have been given a sheet before that has your income and lists things like electric bill, groceries, etc. And you jot some numbers down and call that a budget, but it's really not a budget because it's not your true data that you're putting on. Next week, we'll work more on the budget and some other budgeting tips that I have used for myself and that other financial experts have found to be very helpful. Don't forget the expenses that don't come in monthly. Create a separate sheet for them. Things like oil changes, tires, veterinary expenses, medical deductibles, holidays. Okay, you're getting the gist. And you want to list every single expense, every soda purchased at the Dandy, grocery purchases, allowances to the kids. It may sound inconvincing or overwhelming, but you'll be very surprised where your money is going. Oh, and also list your recurring monthly payments that like Netflix and other subscriptions on a separate sheet. That will come in handy later as well. And you want to categorize all of your expenditures. It may help to try to keep like groceries all together and gas all together and so forth, or use a highlighter and highlight all your groceries in pink and your gas in blue and so forth, because you'll want to be able to total them up at the end. And then you want to compare the incoming and outgoing. Did that scare you? It was a reality check for myself because I could see dollars that were being wasted that could be saved and used for something with purpose. I truly believe that you have to be diligent about this expense tracking before you'll start to see a change in your financial management. I know you've heard me talk about this expense tracking 3 times already. It's so important. And then you want to work on getting rid of your wants. Does that mean you can't ever buy a want again? No, it just means that your wants are taken care of last, budgeted for, and then purchased. Yes, you heard me. You have to take care of your wants last and your 4 walls first. According to financial expert Dave Ramsey, your 4 walls are the top priority of your budget because these are the 4 walls of your home. And when you're behind, your first goal to get current: food, shelter, clothing, transportation, and utilities. And you can also work on spending less on your needs. For most people, increasing income will mean getting another job, but it can also mean spending less on things you need. A few ways that you might reduce spending are rent. If it's too high, consider moving or consider getting a roommate. Reducing your heating bill, keeping the house a few degrees cooler and dressing warmer. I know I was seeing all of the memes when it was really cold in the winter about by the thermostat that said, are you wearing socks? Are you wearing a hoodie? And so forth. And those are really good tips. Run your appliances like your washer and dishwasher only when full. Buy secondhand when needed. Surf Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist and buy used. Make coffee at home. It's crazy how quick a $4 a day latte will add up. And pack your lunch. Watch your grocery spending, make lists, and carefully plan your trip, looking at your circulars and so forth. Everyone loves cookies, but no one really needs them. What are some other money saving tips that you might want to share? Feel free to comment with them. Does anybody have any other money saving tips? I know it's really small, but like I started using some of the apps like Fetch Rewards, where you're taking quick picture of your receipts, and you can even use receipts that are from mom and pop stores as long as they have a store name and date, and then they get turned into points that can be used for like Amazon gift cards and so forth. It doesn't add up super fast, but I've been pretty diligent about it and have like $25 since the first of the year. So it's small, but something that can be used for like Christmas purchases and so forth. I see Ellie just commented about buying generic, which is, super great. I have found like that I really like the Topps brand, and sometimes we have that stigma that generic isn't good. I think it's all about, trying a little and seeing what brand you like. And so now your head may be spinning with all this information. And like I said, I plan on being back next week with more info on budgeting and emergency savings. And someone else pointed out that we can also talk about the stimulus checks that are going to be coming and what we can use those for and so forth. My challenge for the week is for you to track how you're spending your money and to reflect on ways that you can change your spending habits. Money management can be hard habit to break, but consider what you get out of it. Like your purchases, like your $4 latte might be good for a caffeine rush in the morning, but at the end of the day, what are you really getting out of it? What's the negative? Find the negative in some of your extra purchases, like that $4 latte. You can tell I'm really against the $4 latte now. And thinking before you spend, you know, we've all heard the tip of, you know, looking at it and then sleeping on it before you make a purchase. Super good tip. And you want to find a good habit. So if shopping is your habit, find something to replace it, like yoga, gardening, or something else that, you know, will keep you out of the stores. I know a few years ago I banned myself from going to Walmart, and I really cut that down to only going a couple times a year because every time I walked in, I just loved to shop. So I just don't go there anymore. Does anyone have any questions? And like I said, you can feel free to reach out to your local Treehab office for career guidance and so forth, and also any, you know, additional tips on finances and lots of other services. And one of my teammates will be back tomorrow at 1:30, like we have been doing every day since the quarantine started, Monday through Friday, live workshops on our workforce pages at 1:30. See you all next week.